The history of the Irish people is filled with triumph and tragedy. Unfortunately, there's been much more of the latter. One era in particular began in 1845 when a potato blight set off a period of starvation and one of the greatest human migrations the world has ever seen. During the blight, 1 million died and 1.5 million left. Many began their journey aboard a ship like the Dunbrody. This is a replica of the type of ship that carried the Irish to new lands, many to places like New York City and Boston. The Dunbrody was called a coffin ship because of the high mortality among passengers. The average loss of life during the 6 to 8 week passage was anywhere from 20 to 50%. The ship is on permanent display in the town of New Ross, about 12 miles northeast of Waterford in County Wexford. New Ross is the ancestral home of the Kennedys. In 1963, just a few months before his assassination, President Kennedy visited Ireland to see where his great-grandparents had come from. A monument to the late president is located just down the quay from the Dunbrody. Visitors tour the tight quarters of the ship and listen to actors who portray those who left everything behind. For most, the danger and deprivation didn't end when they reached America. They often arrived penniless, sick, and fell prey to people who would exploit them in any way they could. They also met discrimination and anti-Catholic bigotry on the part of native-born Americans who feared and mistrusted them. 650,000 Irish arrived in New York City during the famine years. By 1850, the Irish represented 43% of all foreign-born in the U.S. What's so remarkable about the Irish is their capacity to survive extreme hardship. Ironically, it may have been the American Civil War that hastened their assimilation. 140,000 enlisted in the U.S. Army. One of the most decorated and storied units was the New York Irish Brigade, the Fighting 69th. The story of Irish migration is not just for the history books. It's happening today in the wake of the worldwide economic collapse of the late 1990s. This time, it's young, well-educated Irish men and women leaving to find work. In 2011, 87,000 left their homeland for places all over the globe. That's about 2% of the population of just under 5 million. The year before, a little over 80,000 of the best and brightest left as the wealth and opportunity of the Celtic Tiger disappeared. The people who risked everything when they climbed aboard the Dunbrody set a path for today's emigres. Hopefully, they will have a much easier time of it.